What's up, Toxcityans? Make sure you like this video and hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
Help us grow the toxic community, or we'll tell your baby daddies
And your baby mamas.
This podcast contains questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you're looking for professional guidance, please consult a therapist, not two fools who think red flags are a flex. We dissect toxic relationships and love disasters, but remember, laughing at our bad decisions doesn't mean you should repeat them. Listen at your own emotional risk.
You gotta lick it before we kick it. You gotta get it soft and wet so we can kick it.
Anoche mojé la chaira.
Asústame one time.
What is going? ¿Qué traes? What's up with you?
Amberlane, I love our theme song.
Yeah, it's badass.
Song, right? Shout outs to Danny Beat from El Salvador.
Yeah, our boy.
And shout outs to Axel James Cruz, my son, who threw a little rock mix on
Remix.
that. Sounds cool,
Sounds
right?
badass. It does.
Sounds badass. But you know what? The real reason I'm excited is because we have our first guest on the show.
do.
In Toxcity. And not only just any guest, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the podcast gods lined up and said, you know what? Boom. We're going to give you the guest of all guests,
Yeah.
right? So let me introduce him, right? He needs no introduction, but he's a 5-time Kick-Ass Award winner. He's an 8-time Rock the Fuck Out champ and a guaranteed good-ass time undisputed champion of the world. He is the one and only, the one that your mama said to stay away from in high school. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rock and Roll James himself. God damn it.
Yeah. About to pop some podcast cherry tonight. Hey, first time. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's up, Rock?
Aquí nomás. Carnal, thank you for the invite.
Of course.
I appreciate it, and thank you for making me your debut guest on your podcast. And I wish you lots of luck with it, man. You know,
yeah, bro.
Just stay consistent, work hard, come up with ideas. It doesn't always have to be the same. As podcasts evolve as you go along, and you just keep making it better and better, bro. But you got to stick to it, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome to Toxic University, as we like to call it.
Yeah, I've got like 10 diplomas from that shit, bro.
Remind us to give you one after you graduate.
Yeah, no, actually, I don't have any diplomas, not even a GD, dude. You know, all I got is experience from the streets, bro. That's all I got.
That's the best thing you
That's
can
what
get.
counts, bro.
Yeah.
You might get one today. You might get a toxic diploma when this is all said.
I'll
and done.
frame that and put it behind me on my podcast. Hashtag PVT, bro.
That's right, brother. Hey, I know you got your hands here and there, brother. I know you do a lot. You stay very busy.
Yeah.
With your band, with your podcast. You have multiple podcasts.
Yeah.
You do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You're still on the air.
Radio.
So
yeah.
tell us a little bit about what is Rock doing these days.
Well, let me tell you, my life is just, I live in naps, you know. I do a lot of things, and I nap in between. So my wife and I, we're real hard workers. And I always talk to, when I go and I do motivational speaking, I talk to, college classes. I'll even talk to some middle schools. And I'll also do motivational speaking with drug addicts that are in recovery, prisoners, restitution centers. So, because I'm a recovering addict,
That's what's up.
I'm going on 18 years in June. So I do a lot of that. And but one of the main things when I talk to chavalos, you know, in middle school and college, is work ethic. You know what I mean? Yep. You can have a degree, you can have it hanging on the wall. It's nothing coming to it. You got to go get it to put something in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
sure.
so you know, we've always been that type. You know, when I was a kid, man, I was washing cars at the age of 9 and 10, you know, fourth grade, to buy a magazine, you know, and a Slurpee.
Yeah.
$2.50. You know what I mean? Waking up on Saturday morning, and then Saturday morning when I was a kid, that's what the cartoons were on.
Get that hustle.
We didn't have the Cartoon Network, dude.
Con la antenita.
Yeah. So todos los Saturdays era cartoons en la mañana.
Yeah.
And so I remember during summer, I'd ride my bike in Mercedes, little old town there in the middle of the valley, and I'd go to recreation at the Civic Center from like 8 in the morning till like Monday to Friday from 8 to like 12. And then at 12 on the way back home, I'd stop in the library and I'd play chess with chavalones and shit like that. And then I'd leave the library because they had a little thing for the kids in the library for about an hour. And then I'd go to the 7-Eleven. I'd stop there and I was reading this magazine from, it was called Fangoria.
Oh, shit.
And it was a magazine that would show the behind-the-scenes makeup of monsters in movies, you know?
Oh, shit.
And so I was freaking out with it, and the lady says, hey, you can't be reading, no free reading.
Damn.
And so I said, hey, well...
You got to pay for that
Business
shit.
is business.
Yeah. And so I said, well, can I do something for you? Can I throw the trash? Can I, can I sweep or something, for the magazine? She goes, I can't let you do that. It's against policy. Pero you know what? If you want, you see that yellow car out there? Yeah. I live right behind here by the canal. If you want to go there Saturday morning at 9 in the morning and wash my car, I'll give you $2.50. Órale, está bueno. So I went home, and I'm 9 years old, right? And Saturday morning, I get up, I put on my shorts. They were like Daisy Dukes. My mom would cut the old Sears Toughskins, that had holes on the knees already, and she'd make them in her shorts, and she had to make the little fringe, like that, right? And so I'm putting on my tennies and my shorts, and I'm brushing my teeth, and my mom wakes up. She goes, ¿Por qué estás haciendo? Yeah, I'm gonna go wash the car. They're gonna pay me $2.50. Pues dele, mijito, dele, go.
Really? Yeah.
So I got on my bike, I went and knock on the lady's door. She opens the door and she's like half asleep, looking up, like, well, who the hell? She looks down and I'm standing there, right? And she goes, what? You showed up? I said, yeah. She gave me a bucket, a bottle of dishwashing soap and some water. And
Yeah.
I washed her car, half-assed, I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
And then I went and knocked on there. She gave me $2.50. And I went to go buy the magazine, and I bought a Slurpee. And I learned that day that if I get up, I go
Hard
work,
work.
I make money, I buy what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it never changed for me ever since, And
The art of earning things, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
I wasn't good in school though, man. En la escuela, I was out of it. My wife says I'm ADHD. She's an assistant principal. She already diagnosed me.
Sí. So bueno que no había pastillas back then.
Yeah.
Because,
No, I started medicating myself, in like 7th grade, dude. You know what I mean? I found what weed was, and that shit would make me focus,
Yeah, settle you
dude.
down.
I'd put on music and I'd listen to songs and I'd hear things in the music. And
Yeah.
sometimes my wife freaks out because we'll be listening to a song. Like, listen to this little part. Did you hear that? How do you hear that? I go, I have no idea. I just hear things.
Yeah.
Like I can hear stuff on the song that not just anybody can hear, right? And so no, man. So I started, going to school and I was skipping a lot. I was a big old time skipper, bro. And so when I was,
¿Pa dónde te ibas, Rock? ¿Pa dónde te pelabas?
I'd go straight back home because my mom went to work.
Ah, okay.
Y a veces me daba dos camaradas también
Sí.
conmigo. I'd get them in trouble with me, We don't like to get in trouble by ourselves, carnal.
Yeah,
Tiene la
yeah.
onda. So-
Yeah, Titi knows a little
Te
about
tienes
that.
que tirar de esquina a alguien, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. So then I went to, I'd go home, right? But one time they took my mom, they called the vice principal, junior high, called her in and opened them. Okay, your son's missed 14 days in a row of a certain class, and shit like that.
Y pa'l
Make
bote,
good
¿no?
choices, guys.
Antes de meter al bote a los parents, ¿no? I don't know.
No, I'm talking like the early 80s,
No, now
bro.
they do.
you know?
Now they do. Now they do.
I'm talking early 80s, late 70s, bro. You know what I mean? So,
Ahora sí mandan una carta que dice,
Hell no,
"Hey,
my kids are always in
pa'l
school.
bote porque
yeah. So I was going to Mercedes schools, and I went to 9th grade.
Okay.
And then I ended up meeting a camarada from Mission, and he was older than me. And so he told me, hey, bro, you want to come stay over here for Christmas vacation? And he lived in a little government house. His name was Rene Parrao. And we lived on Huisache, and I came over here, dude, and I was living with him. And so he got me a job I was like 16. He got me a job at a bar as a DJ because he was a male stripper, right? And he was going to be like the grand opening guy, and they had different entertainers and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a gay bar, dude.
Bro.
So I went, hey, man, we're making money, dude.
Yeah.
So we went there, and then he, got me into the booth. I learned and everything. And I was like, I started playing the records, and they hired me. I was making like $400 for 3 days. Damn. And I was like going on to 10th grade. So this was like between December and March, right, of that year, 1984. And so I got the job, and I was living there, and then I had the study hall, first period. Y pues I worked till 2 a.m, carnal. So I said, fuck study hall, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't show up to study hall a couple of days, and then they called me into the office, and the principal there, Zapata, wanted to paddle me, bro. And I was like, hey, man,
not the paddle.
my parents don't hit me, bro. You're not going to touch me, bro. What's up with you? You know?
Yeah.
So he gave me some papers, saying, well, get the hell out of the school. So I got kicked out of Mission. And then I went to Harlingen. And I went to Harlingen.
Going back and forth?
Yeah, so I went to Harlingen. I had an aunt in Harlingen. So we me quedé con la tía allá. And I went to Harlingen High School, bro. And I walk into the first class, and there's a dude there with long hair, chanclas, shorts. Y una pinche Hawaiian shirt, no maja, no una muscle shirt. And he was like, okay, this is a cool school. And they had a smoking area for the students.
Oh, shit.
So during in between classes, ahí estábamos en el smoking area, cambiando toques.
De aquí soy, dijiste.
Yeah, this is it. I might graduate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then se acabó la escuela in Harlingen, and I went back to my mom's house. And I had been trying to get a job at a little radio station in Mercedes with Frank De Leon, who's currently with K-Tex, Frankie D.
Okay.
And so he was a program director, but they were closing it down. And he said, I don't have anything, bro. Well, if you got anything, call me. I'm at my mom's house here in Mercedes. So then the first week of June, I just turned 17. First week of June, my brother runs into the bedroom. It's like 10 a.m, and he goes, Jaime, Frank De Leon, te hablan el teléfono. So I get up, I run to the kitchen, I grab the cordless phone, because we didn't have cell phones, right? We had a cordless phone there in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And you could walk a little far away.
Sí, pero no
it had an antenna. Yeah. So then I go, hey, Frank, I'm ready to go work, man, at the radio, man. He goes, no, I don't have a job at the radio station. I have a job for you at Island, South Padre Island. They need a DJ at Louis' Backyard. Can you be there today at 7? And I'm on the phone, and I'm like, no tengo dinero, no tengo carro, no tengo feria, no tengo gas. The island's an hour away. Yes!
Yeah.
I will.
So he said, okay, well, I'm going to call him right now. Are you sure you can make it at 7? No tengo dinero, no tengo gas, no tengo carro. The island's an hour away.
I'll figure it out.
Yes! So I hung up, and I'm like, holy shit, how am I going to do it?
¿Qué
Right?
chingas voy a hacer?
So llega la jefa, no, del jale a las 5 de la tarde, and I'm walking up to her with those, puppy eyes y la chingada. And she goes, ¿por qué chinga quieres? Can I borrow the truck? ¿Para qué quiere la troca? I have a job interview. I see where? West Laco. Right? Which is right by Mercedes.
Yeah.
A la vuelta.
She goes,
la
oh,
vuelta.
yeah, well, here's the keys. Good luck.
Sí, chale.
Where do you think I went, bro?
We went to Louis' backyard, bro.
I went to Louis' backyard, dude. I went over there. I got in there. There was a guy named Johnny Barrera, right? Johnny Barrera says, are you the guy the radio said? Yeah, okay, come on in. I'm going to show you the DJ booth. We go up to the DJ booth. He says, the people are down there. Here's the mics. Here's the turntables. The records are right here behind you. And just talk to the people and invite them. And if they want to request or anything like that. So I started playing records, Tears for Fears. Shout. Or it's what I like about you. Remember that one?
Hell yeah.
Romantics.
Sí,
it was
sí,
84, man. So, you had those 80s tunes,
sí.
right? And so I said, all right, welcome to Louis' Backyard.
¿Y eran discos o qué, Rock?
Eran records, man. There were no
actual
CDs, bro.
records, yeah.
There were no CDs. It was turntables. I had some techniques, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, all right, welcome to Louis' Backyard, man. Number 1 hot spot in South Texas. Everybody that's coming out here, if you want to hear a song, come on up. Let me know. So then the bar manager goes in. He goes, hey, man, I think you got the job. I go, really? Yeah, man, the lady wants to talk to you. So I don't know what to tell her, man. I mean, what do I say? Tell her you want $1,000 a week, man, or something like that. What? $1,000 a week? So the last jock was getting 900. Fuck it. Okay, so I go and I sit down. The lady's in the dark. She's a big lady. Her name was Glinda. Smoking, sounding like the lady, like Bart Simpson's aunt, right? You got the job. How much do you want? I go,
El cuarto todo humeado.
Yeah,
ahí.
no, it was outside.
No, it was outside.
Yeah,
Es el
living in an
beach, carnal.
office,
Es el
bro.
beach, carnal. Es el
Sí, sí,
beach.
su oficina afuera.
Yeah, and so I look around. I go, 1,000? Okay, you got 1,000. 1,000 a week, bro.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. 1,002.
1,000 a week, dude. And so then I said, well, okay, I got the job. It was a Tuesday night. I had to stay there till 2. Y se acabó el pedo y tuve que poner para atrás para la casa, bro, con la troca
Y la jefita ya bien.
Yeah. So I get to the house, and my mom lived in 5 acres, and there's orchards, right? Orange trees. And there was a road in between. It's about a block long, and I was going real slow. And I get to the house, and all the lights are fucking on, man. About 4 a.m. Y dije, chingata la jefa despierta. Tiene que ir a jalar. She's probably thinking I'm not going to show up with the truck or I'm wrecked. Because there was no cell phones and shit back then. To call me like, where the fuck are you? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like she's just there not knowing what the hell's going on. Am I dead? Am I alive? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it, and I walk in, and she's awake. She goes, where the hell were you?
Estaba jalando,
I said, Mom, I went to South Padre Island. Why did you go to it? I said, I got the job. I don't give a shit if you got the job. $1,000 a week. Ay, mi rey.
Hey, she changed the tone real quick.
So I ended up moving to the island, man, that week.
That's a badass story, bro.
That's how I started, bro, you know.
So make it or break it,
Make it
move.
or break it, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
If I had to fucking lie, I lied.
Yeah.
Ahí te aventaste off the cliff, and you figured out how to fly on the way down, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's how you
and
do
that's
it.
the way I've lived all my life, bro.
Yeah.
I've never searched for the opportunity. It's come to me,
Yeah.
and I tell them, you know what? I'm gonna do it, and I'm not gonna promise you the best. I'm just gonna promise you my best.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been successful doing it that way. You know?
Did you know you wanted to be an MC or a DJ that back then, or that opportunity made you realize that you
I wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to have something to do with music, but my first and foremost, you know, what I wanted to do was be a singer for a rock band that toured the world, dude.
Yeah.
You know, in junior high, I was jamming with bands. We were doing Deep Purple, AC/DC, Van Halen, all
So
that
you already
shit.
jammed at that age?
So I was jamming, yeah. I was 7th grade. I was in a band with some high schoolers, you know. So I always hung out with older people, man. I never hung out with my age, dude. I was always ahead of the game, man. And so my mom got me like a small little gig as a DJ at a skate land. And I was like in 7th grade, and I went, but then I got a job at HEB before I got the job over here at Louis, you know. But I've always been a hustler, man. And so I sing. And then while I was working at the radio station, that happened in 1988.
Yeah.
Because the island, it was seasonal, right? Because they're not open during the winter. So in September, se me acabó el jale en la isla, bro. So I was there for like 3 or 4 months. And then there was this lady that her dad owned the Port Isabel Times newspaper.
Oh, shit.
Y su vato eran camaradas, se quedaban ahí en mi. I had a bay house with a pier and everything. You know, 17 years old. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, paying bills and shit.
Sí, pues making $1,000 a week, bro. Back then, era chingo feo.
Yeah, dude. And so she said, hey, you know what? I'm living in Harlingen. I want to move over here to the island. Why don't we just trade apartments, you know?
Yeah.
I said, órale, está bueno. So she moved into my place, and I moved into her place in Harlingen. And that first night, I was like, well, where the fuck can I go find work, you know? So I went to this little bar in an alley called Richard's Alley, right? And I went there, and I was like, hey, y'all know they need a DJ here? Nah, man, we don't have DJs here, man. Man, I want to go to a club down the street over here on Ed Carey. I said, okay. So I went to that Ed Carey Drive, you know, and I went in a taxi, bro, because I didn't have a vehicle. And I get in there, and there's the owners behind the bar. And I said, hey, how's it going, man? I'm a DJ. He goes, oh, yeah? Who's your DJ? He goes, oh, well, you know what? I got my bartender DJing because my DJ didn't fucking show up. So he said, why don't you go up there and show me what you got so I can bring my bartender, and I'll let you know at the end of the night if you're hired. At the end of the night, you're hired. I got the job, dude. So I started making money, dude, there.
Hell yeah.
And so I started working there. And then I came to McAllen, man. I came to McAllen on my night off. It was a Wednesday. And I was working there in Harlingen. And there was a club downtown called 10th. It was 10th Avenue, but before it was called the Carousel. Okay. And it's where O'Reilly's is on Tamarack and 10th.
Okay.
I thought it's an O'Reilly's there. That was the club.
Yeah.
So I'm driving down 10th Street with my friends, you know, and my friends are driving. I didn't have a car. And it said, tonight, rock night, 50 cent Budweiser long necks all night. Dije, fucking párate aquí, carnal.
Sí.
So we get off, and the place is empty. We're like the only ones in there. And there's a DJ, y está poniendo puro pinche disco, carnal.
Yeah.
So I go to the bartender, hey, ese vato no está tocando rock,
On
carnal,
rock night.
que no es
Yeah,
rock night.
yeah.
And so the bartender says, hey, yo no sé nada, habla con el patrón, he's in that room. So I knocked on the door and he opened it and his name was Andrés. ¿Qué pasó? Dije, hey, no está tocando rock el vato ese y afuera dice que es rock night. Dijo, no, pues el único que tengo es un DJ de Reynosa.
El vato ni sabía ni qué estaba tocando.
Dije, está bueno, pues, hey, ¿sabes qué? Si quieres, yo no jalo en Wednesday, trabajo allá Thursday through Saturday ahí en Harlingen, pero si quieres te hago rock night aquí, vato, si quieres.
Yeah.
Ah, sí, eres
Actual
DJ.
rock night.
Dijo, sí. Y digo, bueno, pues, ¿qué hacemos? Dije, pues, dame dinero para ir para el mall a comprar records. So he gave me $250. I went to the mall here. I bought Motley Crue, AC/DC, Van Halen, all these bad Rat, all these badass bands.
En
I
corto.
went back to work the following Wednesday, and within 4 nights, the 4 Wednesdays, estaba hasta el tronco de rockers, carnal.
Was it your crowd that followed you?
No, dude,
Era un brand
this
new
was a
crowd.
whole other crowd.
Okay,
acá,
a McAllen
carnal.
crowd.
Allá tocaba disco, tejano, tocaba de todo.
Ah, es que allá no era rock night.
No, allá no era rock
de
night.
todo.
Allá aquí sí.
Órale.
So I fucking built up the rock night.
Yeah.
So then the owner of the bar, of the club in Harlingen told me, hey, te voy a necesitar Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, te voy a pagar tanto.
Sí.
Le dije, pues no puedo, carnal, estoy acá en Wednesday.
Vete.
No, pues te voy a pagar más.
Sí.
Le dije, shit, pues está bueno, déjame ir a hablar con este vato acá en McAllen. So I come and I talk to Andrés. Le dije, Andrés, chinga, man, thank you for the opportunity, pero aquel vato me está dando Tuesday through Saturday más ferias o me voy para allá. No, ¿sabes qué? Yo te doy lo que está dando de él para 3 días.
Damn.
Le dije, ok. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Jalas aquí y te pago lo que te están pagando allá.
Damn.
So then I had to go tell the guy in
Sí,
Harlingen,
ahí te tenían.
carnal,
Supply.
Y todavía en un taxi para allá y para acá, para allá.
Supply and demand, bro.
But you know what, dude? That's where I realized how to, negotiate.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And I was like, okay, man.
Hey, because things turn. Antes, you were the one, hey, denme chance, right? You showed up at your first opportunity. And then it turned into, hey, we need you. So now, they were at the mercy of you. You know what I mean?
So then this club, I worked there, le di hasta que todo lo que pudo. I started a battle of the bands, and it was packed, bro. I mean, we had a great time there. And then I joined a band around here, dude, and we were the heaviest band, dude. If you go to YouTube, look for Whiskey D Singer, and you'll see a video of me wearing a 94 Dallas Cowboy jersey opening up for Quiet Riot in 1994 at the Villarreal Convention Center, man. It was crazy. That was my band back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so this place, he tells me, hey, vamos a cambiar el club. Le dije, oh, sí. Sí, lo vamos a hacer gay.
Ah, la chingada.
Le dije, chinga, pues, man, ya no puedo jalar aquí entonces, carnal. Ya no van a tener rock night, van a tener cat night. ¿no?
Cat night.
Sí. So le dije, pues, thank you, pero pues, no puedo, ahí te guacho. So me fui para allá, and I told the guy, hey, you know what, I'm available. Simón, corrió el pinche DJ de volar, me ocupó a mí, because everybody knew me there. So I started working over there in Harlingen. And on Sundays, they would have, this was like 87, 88. And on Sundays, they would have Tejano bands. And for Tejano night, they would bring in the jocks from the Tejano station, KIWW.
Okay, yeah.
And it was Mando San Roman and Brother John. They'd go on Sundays and they'd MC the night. I was off, so I'd just go to party, and so then they started going, they met girls over there, and they started going on Saturday nights when I was DJing, and Friday nights they'd show up. And I remember Brother John going into the booth, said, you know what, man, you would be good on the radio, bro.
Sí.
I go, you think so, bro? Hell yeah, you would, man. Vas a ver, uno de estos días vas a hacer algo en el radio.
¿Y a cuántos años tienes at that time?
I was like 21, man.
So you had been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now.
I was like 20.
Okay.
20, yeah. I was like 20, 21. And so I became friends with him, right? And so then one day I'm at my mom's again, and I'm sick as a dog, and my mom comes and she goes, te habla Mano San Román, he's outside in the sliding door. I'm like, what? So me levanté con una towel y Vicks y la chingada. ¿Qué pago, mano? Hey, man, we have an opening at the radio station, man, and we want you to go. Hey, are you sure, man? Ando bien malo, güey. No, pues nomás ve así, güey. You got the job, güey. Yeah, está bueno, I'll see you al rato. I didn't go. I was too sick.
Sí, sí, sí.
So then the next day I called him. I said, hey, man, no la puedes, güey, no es mal. No, pues déjate venir, órale.
Yeah.
So I went over there. They made me read a little commercial thing.
A little copy point
Yeah,
or
a little
something.
copy point shit.
Sí.
And I read it into a mic. I said, okay. Okay, now fill out okay, you're hired.
Damn.
I
Vámonos.
said, you're going to be working weekends with us.
Hey guys, it's Amberland. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, amber.land956, and our socials, Toxcity the podcast on Facebook and Instagram.
So, did you like Tejano music before that, or you learned to like it when you started?
I was a heavy metal guy, when I was in junior high and shit like that. But then one Easter weekend, I was like in 7th grade. I went to the Veterans Auditorium there, and it's like a dance hall on 1015 between Huasteco Mercedes and Little Joe was playing, bro.
Oh, shit.
And I went in there and I saw Little Joe, and I was like, man, I became an instant fan. So I started getting into Tejano romance and all that stuff. And then when I got into that club in Harlingen, that was like a Tejano club, it was Raza,
Yeah.
So I saw Maz there, Selena when she was a little girl, Emilio Navaira when he was with David Lee Garza. So I saw all the big 90s names. I saw them when they were just coming up,
Shit.
in the 80s. So so I respect. I love all kinds of music, bro. I just don't stick to one. To me, there's good and bad. There's good music and bad music. That's it.
Yeah.
And that goes for any genre. There's good rock and bad rock. There's good fucking reggaeton. I'm not much into that, but and the new stuff that comes out, like
Sí.
like the corridos tumbados and all that.
Sí.
But I can respect it, and I can listen to it, and maybe I'll like one, but I won't like this one, and I like
Sí.
so it's like that.
It's the
Then I
open
get
mind.
into like Mexican OT and all that good stuff, también, and D Baby and all that Houston rap, man. I like that stuff too. And Bo Bundy, good friend of mine. And then I get into outlaw country, man. Waylon, Willie, Southern rock, classic rock. I get into everything, bro. I'm not.
I like the Bronco 956
Yeah.
jam.
Bro.
Have you heard it by
Bronco.
chance?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a cumbia that came to me,
Sí.
and I thought it would be a fun thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so I wrote the lyrics, and I gave them Lucky Joe. We put it together, and then I have these friends that are in Eagle Pass called the Crazy Pimps, and I said these guys are perfect for the song. We recorded. Then I had a vision for the video, and I didn't want to do just a video of people playing or like that.
Yeah.
I want to make it acid, bro. And that's what came out.
Sí.
And boy, man, 155,000, 160,000 views in a month.
Damn.
Hey, let's play a little piece of it.
Yeah.
El Bronco 956, el Bronco 956. Bronco, asústame one time. En los fines de semana anda bailando, en la pulga dicen que lo andan mirando, en los fines de semana enamorando, y si bailan con su vieja anda peleando. El Bronco 956. El Bronco 956.
Le gustan los papeles con la Barbie. Le gustan los besitos de la Bibi.
And
All right, we'll insert there then.
the crazy thing about it is it's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So, I learned from those rappers like Tekashi and like, Mexican OT. Like Mexican OT, he had a song where he goes to the cemetery and he's in his mom's, grave and he's crying. And it's like 2 minutes, man. It's like a minute and 49
Chavalona,
seconds.
yeah.
Quick song.
Yeah.
And so I remember I heard it and I want to hear it again. And I want to hear it again.
Yeah.
So I jump in the shower, I put it on loop.
Yeah,
By the time I come out of the shower, I've already given him like 10 views, 12 views.
That's what the short songs do to you, right?
Yeah. So I said, okay, I know how these guys are getting a million views, a million streams. So then I said 220, the song. So people listen to it over and over again because it's not a long song. And other songs that I've recorded with my Whiskey D band, they're 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So by the time they hear my Whiskey D song once,
Yeah.
they've already heard that other one
Twice.
twice.
He's all your views on the Bronco one. Because, damn.
Yeah, really,
Hey,
dude.
bro, we jam that shit, bro. Y todo el día la estoy cantando, güey, todo en el baño.
Yeah, it's real catchy.
El Bronco 956.
It's like a jingle.
Yeah,
it's like a fucking
exactly.
jingle, bro.
It's a fucking jingle.
And I was like, and in the video, there's so many elements going on. And I told my video guy, Sergio, you know him. I told him, dude, when they're gonna have to watch the video over and over again to see what every single person is doing. So there's like 10 people in there. That's 10 views. You know what I mean?
Cada uno trae un desmadre.
Están los roadies bailando.
La vieja de Bronco.
I know, she's so funny when she's all happy right in the middle.
El chalequillo.
La Bibi.
And you know, and a lot of people, they get so much hate. Yeah. And I'm like, I told Bronco when we're in the studio, you know, when I hired him to do the stuff, I told him, hey, bro, hasta los que no te quieren te van a querer, güey, because they're gonna catch on to like, bro. It's just entertainment, dude.
Yeah.
And we're following him. He's like he's our Kardashian. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I respect him, bro. I respect the hell out of him.
It's like Kardashians. There's people that hate him, you know, but they're watching him,
bro.
You know?
Honestly, the world needs haters, bro. O sea, that honestly, I heard Cat Williams say it once.
Yeah.
Be grateful for the haters, bro. Porque they give you just as much equity as your lovers, bro.
And they're the ones that engage with you the most.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Look at the Cowboys, bro. They spend just as much time. And the haters will spend more time talking shit than the
they won't miss a game, right?
No, bro.
You won't.
No,
you won't.
It's funny, bro, because I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, right? I'm not a Cowboys fan. Pero years ago when I was going to music production school, I was like, you know what, bro? What the fuck is a Falcon fan in the Valley? Dije, you know what? I'm going to do a Cowboy song. It's on YouTube también. So I did like a little Cowboys anthem too, not being a Cowboys fan, bro. And that got chingos of views, bro.
Yeah, it's about content.
Exactly, bro.
And you know, man, I'd hate to be I would have hated to be an Atlanta Falcons fan when they played the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I was on suicide watch for like 2 weeks.
They were winning like 30-something-0 or something, and Brady came back and got two-point conversions and ended up winning the game, dude. I was like, gacho, bro. That was the worst. I mean, we lose really bad too, like that, man.
But that's epic, bro. I don't think there'll be another loss like that.
I know, man. Pinche Brady, vato, that motherfucker, dude. Shit.
Unreal,
and then he joins the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the first year Super Bowl. Carnal, le ganan a los Chiefs, carnal.
Mocos.
I mean, ese vato, you can't deny that motherfucker is gold, dude. Ese vato. But you know, now that I've been through all my career and everything, I've done ring announcing, but right now I'm really focusing on my band, Whiskey D. We're performing. You can find us at Whiskey D on social media, at Whiskey D fan page and at Whiskey D on Instagram. And then you can check out all our videos because we have Sergio. He's one of our, Sergio, he's an Emmy Award winning filmographer. So he's like one of the band members, but his instrument is a camera. And he goes with us to El Paso, Dallas. We've done some Dallas Cowboy parties.
He's a beast. I saw him on your podcast. Shout outs and check that out.
And then, so the band's getting busy. Then I got 2 podcasts. I got the one-on-one and I got the hashtag PBT, which is on every Wednesday. The one-on-ones is Tuesday nights. And then on Wednesday, it's a lot more crazier and stuff like that. Then I do radio. I'm on the 956 with the Q94.5 All Rock all the time. And I'm also at 92.3 The Fox in El Paso, Texas. And I do ring announcing as well. And, you know, I get into a lot of different things. But right now, basically, it's the band, my podcast, my radio.
Damn, I need a nap.
And now he's a graduate of Toxcity University, baby.
Hell yeah.
What's up, party people? TikToxic956 here. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, TikToxic956. And follow our socials on Instagram and Facebook, Toxcity the podcast.
Ay, mira, para todos los perros que te escriben.
Andas valiendo verga.
Dude.
Bro, pinches viejas tóxicas, güey, porque
qué viejas, el vato se lo merecía.
¿Cómo sabes
por
tú?
Puto. Ajá.
¿Cómo sabes tú que no era la hermana con la que andaba o algo?
Bro, es puto.
That's crazy. No, pero pues ya sabes, te gana el pinche coraje y haces un desmadre. I want to see. I wonder if Rock's ever. Rock looks a little toxic, right?
I'm pretty
you tell
fucking
me.
sure.
Well,
Let me
you know,
see.
I've never been really the jealous type, you know. No.
Pero alguien a ti, like, o sea,
Sí.
como una.
Pues es que yo era bien,
¿Tóxicos o no?
you know, when in my first marriage, I was bad, bro. You know what I mean? Estaba poreando la chingada. Una vez fui levanté un camarada, Santiago Bruno, que en paz descanse. He passed away already.
Un tocayo.
And I told his wife, you know, ahorita venimos, vamos a ir para la tienda. So it was like Friday night, 8 o'clock, and I picked him up in my Camaro, and then we took off, and but I didn't bring him back till like Monday morning, dude. You know what I mean?
El mal influencia, güey.
Yeah.
Eres el amigo tapador.
And hombre, bro, he had a white shirt with the Pillsbury Doughboy on it.
Oh, shit.
Pero cuando lo llevé para la casa estaba amarillo el pinche mono.
la
Estaba amarillo de todo el pinche la soda y la chingada, todo ese pedo del pase y la chingada, ¿no? But at one point during the weekend, we went and we parked my car right there, and it was a Camaro that I had, man. And I parked it in front of their house while they were asleep. It was like 4 a.m. So we snuck in there. I left my car and then we took off in his, right? And then so when I go back, I need to get to work, right? And I'm no amanecido la chingada, bro. I had to be on the radio. So I get to the house, to his house, and there's a barra on my fucking steering wheel, bro.
De las llantes.
Sí, boy. La vieja llegaba ahí con las spares y le puso porque la ruca de mi camarada le habló, le dijo, aquí vino y dejó el pinche carro Rock. Así, ahí voy para allá y le puso la pinche barra. And I was like, ¿cómo chingamos voy a ir para chécale la chingada? But man, when I was doing drugs, man, I was like out of it, dude. I was uncontrollable, man. And you know, I went through some really hard times. You know, I hurt my kids a lot. You know, with my addiction and their mom as well. You know, but I decided to get into rehab, and then everything fell apart with us, and I ended up leaving, and my kids were really hurt. You know, when I did that, but I never gave up on making my amends to them. Because they weren't at fault for whatever happened between me and their mom. You know what I mean? It was just between me and their mom. I always told them it's not you guys, you know. And but my daughter took it really hard. She was like 13 and my son was like 16, 17. And one time my son told me that it's harder when the kids are older when you split up like that because they're already accustomed to the family unit, you know, as to where there's a kid that's 2 years old, they just grow into what it is, you know.
They get used to it,
Yeah, but I really, really worked real hard. I mean, even though they felt betrayed by me because I left them after they put up with all my bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you know, at this point of my life, I have an amazing relationship with my kids. My son's 37. I just became a grandpa in October.
Yeah, congratulations, bro.
My first grandson, Roman James, and my daughter's 32, 33, and she works with me there at the company. So and she's very, very good at what she does. She works with the corporate, which is out of LA, and I see her every day. You know, she comes into the booth and we have a little taco or something, and so I'm blessed, dude, you know, but it took work, you know. It didn't happen just like overnight and just by, you know, because us addicts, you know, when we get clean, we expect everybody to fucking like forgive us like that, you know, because that's the way we are. We're impulsive, you know. But it took time, you know, and I know there's a lot of guys out there or fathers that might be going through some shit and you think that it's never going to work out with your kids ever again. It can, but it's up to you. You know, you need to stop and you need to start getting some help and then start working on rebuilding the relationships with the people that love you the most, that you hurt the most, because they were hurt when they were seeing you in the state you were in, you know. So, and I'm you know, I'm still good with their mom as well, you know. And I'm in a very good place, and I'm very, you know, I'm doing my thing.
Good for you.
And my kids are very proud of what I do, you know. And it was really tough for them because when I was going through my drug addiction, you know, I was on the radio in the mornings, and my kids were going to high school, and I'd been missing from Thursday night through Friday night. I wouldn't go to work, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, I didn't show up to work in the morning. And so my partner would be on the radio. If anybody sees Rock out there, he's lost. He's in the crack house. You know, he's doing this. And thinking back, you know, my kids were going to school and all their friends were listening to that.
Yeah.
And so they would go to school knowing that they were doing
PSAs for you to just
their friends knew that what they were going through, their personal life.
Yeah.
And then hasta así, yo tan chingón, I expected them to bring me fucking A's. You know what I mean? That's the ego in me that was tearing my life apart.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to humble myself. I had to get help.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in my garage. I was living in Sherryland, and I was living alone, and I was smoking crack there in my fucking garage, and I'd be saying, my kids, I fucked up with their lives. They're never gonna love me again, ever, ever.
Yeah.
And then